Hey guys, Civilord here, back in with another action figure review, and as far as my knowledge is concerned, today we will be wrapping up our looks at the Biker Mice from Mars figures with good old Vinnie Barbarino. It's just Vinnie, but I can't help but think of John Travolta's character from Welcome Back, Kotter when I hear the name Vinnie, because why the other guys got motorcycle part names and this guy has an Italian name is beyond me. He doesn't look Italian. In fact, he looks like a yoked out Pinky from Animaniacs. But either way, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Nacel, who are going to remain fine folks despite the fact that, well, my first Vinnie figure had two right biceps. Now, I mentioned in the throttle video that the bicep is just a cap, so I was able to get another one and fix it. But, you know, that still sucks. It's not good first impressions when the third figure I get from a company has a defect. Is it? That said, special shout out to the local friend who shall not be named for privacy reasons for not only the hookup with the first Vinnie that was defective, but also the second one, so I could fix that one. And that is the one we have here. So that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at all of what Vinnie has to offer in terms of accessories as we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Before I muck up my lines here. Let's face it, I already did. But, of course, he comes with a pair of fists. Little teeny tiny fists, because Vinnie's the short guy. Compared to his buddies, anyways. We also have some open hands. As well as an alternate head with this kind of sadistic smile on it, which is the here, lick my nuts head. And we got the helmeted head, which with Moto, his helmeted head didn't seem to want to pop on all the way, so I'm going to have to attempt to heat that. I hope Vinnie's will pop on, because this is very small. I cannot pop the visor out of this one. Also, it's in there pretty good, so I'm just going to leave it and hope that I can get it on. And then this guy had to come with multiple weapons. He's got the pistol you've seen with the other two, as well as a crowbar with a handle on it. What is this? It looks like a crowbar, but then it's got a gun handle sticking off it. I don't know what that is. And then we got this Jaws of Life thing, which does have a working gimmick. Just gotta figure out how it works. Oh, that's how it works. You pull this back. I thought you pushed it forward. But you pull this back and it opens up. Pretty cool. I like that these guys have action features that don't actually take away from the figure. It's nice to see that. Also, shouldn't the hollowed out bits be on the bottom? Interesting. I would think the hollowed out bits would be on the bottom, not the top, but I guess that's giving it extra detail because this is hollowed out too. Maybe he's supposed to hold this underhand, not overhand. I don't know. But either way, he comes with that. And of course, a weenie! And actually, all these figures are coming with weenies, which is something I wish NECA did with the Gargoyles line, giving every character a jalapeno. That way you get a little jar, fill it full of jalapenos. At least with this guy, this line, you can get a bunch of weenies and then buy a 1/12 scale grill accessory and throw them on there. Because why not? Taking a closer look at the Vinnie. I like his Deathlock faceplate eye patch thing he's got going on there. His antennas also appear to be like kind of bent inward, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. He's also got this little bandana here, which I know bikers wear those, but looks kind of funny since he's not wearing a shirt and he's just got like this harness and a bandana. And he's got these studded pants. Just saying, he looks a little fruity. A little fruity to me. But he does wind up hooking up with the human chick, which I know he's an anthro mouse, but yeah. But as far as articulation goes, it's the same as the other two. He's got the double ball peg in the head. got the disc-hinged shoulders that'll pop out back down all the way around. His shoulders a little tighter. Bicep swivel. Works fine on both sides. Double elbow. Ball hinge wrists. Those work fine. Diaphragm joint will move this far forward and this far back. It will rotate and tilt side to side a little bit. Waist twist is fine. He's got a floaty belt too. I think it's similar to Moto's, but it's not the exact same because he's a lot smaller. Hips will kick forward, back, out, down. I will say, one of the two Vinnies I got, his hip was so tight it was slip sticking. So be mindful of that. You might get one that needs a little grease in that hip joint. But this guy seems fine on both sides. So there is that. He's got a thigh cut, double knee, which is probably the loosest on Vinnie here, but it's not like floppy loose. Like, I can lean him back and he's not like going for a dive or anything. Boot swivel, very tight. Again, I think they could probably stand to loosen that up and tighten up the knees. Feet are nice and tight on this guy. I know Moto's were a little looser. Then he does have the rocker and, of course, the ball jointed tail, which you can rotate all the way around and whatnot. But that's your lot for a Vinnie. Cool figure. Not my favorite. But I do like a yoked out Pinky from Animaniacs. So he's cool in my book. That said, I never mentioned what I paid for these guys and why I have them. They were $8 at my local Walmarts. I say Walmarts because the Walmart closest to my house only had Throttle, like a bunch of Throttle and one Moto, and then the one that's where I used to work. Didn't work at Walmart, but it's near where I used to work, I should say. That one had Vinnie here and probably more Motos, if I had to guess. And I think it also had the bikes. So I would like to get the bikes. I'm recording these videos now in case I don't get the bikes anytime soon. But time will tell, I guess. If the bike review goes up tomorrow, then I guess I'm a liar. Crucify me. So with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is a good old Vinnie Bombadino alongside his fellow biker mice who we've already looked at on the channel. We got medium-sized Throttle and Big Bad Moto. Those are their nicknames, at least here at Overlord Productions, because we like to have fun here. That's why we're reviewing these things in the first place. But as you can see, Vinnie is clearly the shortest, despite the fact he has a super cool death lock eye patch thing going on. Yeah, he's definitely the squirt, the runt of the group. But he does wind up getting at least one of the chicks, girls, whatever. There's a human girl, and there's a mouse girl, and I guess they're coming out in Wave 2 along with like everyone else, so maybe I'll get them to put on the back of their bikes. And as far as Throttle goes, maybe I'll see if I can't find him a sticker that says, if you can read this, the chick fell off, to put on the back of his vest. If you're into motorcycles or a biker of any kind, you might actually get that reference. I'm very curious, if you will. Thumbs up if you do, I guess. So, getting these two out of here. We can bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Mandibilith, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who definitely towers over everyone here because little teeny tiny Vinnie is about the size of a Marvel Legends figure, give or take. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from getting two right biceps initially, and the fact that good old Vinnie here is clearly named after John Travolta's character from Welcome Back, Kotter, Vinnie Barbarino, I like Vinnie. I think he's cool. I like his Deathlock faceplate there. And I like the fact that he is just loaded out with weapons. And when we do finally take a look at his bike, he has another weapon with that too. So, you know, he's armed and loaded Probably because he's the smallest. He needs the most firepower so he doesn't get his butt kicked. I can respect that. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.